A man finds himself in a sealed industrial kiln where the temperature steadily rises to a critical level. In order to get out, he is compelled to undertake harrowing tasks.
Okay, I'll do whatever you want, do you hear me? Just tell me what you want me to do. I'll do whatever you want!
A man named Ryan Hinds wakes up tied up in a cramped room. All the walls are lined with metal, and the doors are locked. Opening his eyes, Ryan is terrified and can't believe he's in such a predicament. He manages to free himself from the ropes and tries to open the door, but it won't budge. There's a small window in the room, but Ryan can't break it or see anything through it. In a state of intense fear, Ryan calls for help, not yet realizing how difficult it will be to escape this trap. Ryan's cell phone rings. It's his friend and colleague named Bruce. Anxiously, Bruce informs Ryan that he's also trapped in a similar kiln that keeps getting hotter. It seems someone has kidnapped Bruce and is demanding money. He shouts into the phone that the kidnapper has raised the temperature to the limit. In the end, Bruce doesn't survive. In Ryan's chamber, an unbearable screech fills the air. Then, the kidnapper with a distorted, raspy voice speaks to Ryan through the speakers. The culprit knows Ryan's name and gives him 2 minutes to answer the first question.
Just guess who I am, Mr. Hinds. Say my name and this can all end right now.
Initially, Ryan freaks out and doesn't want to play this foolish game, but the voice insists it's the only way out, and Ryan starts to recall the events from the previous night. He works as a broker and attended a party with investors. Ryan goes through the names of the investors, but he can't identify the kidnapper among them. As a punishment for failing the task, the perpetrator increases the room's temperature to 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Ryan is horrified by what's happening. He paces the chamber and pleads to end his torment. He even tries to break the heater, but it's too hot. Eventually, Ryan resigns himself to his fate and prepares to obey any order from the kidnapper. The culprit is pleased with Ryan's compliance and even turns on a fan. Ryan realizes that he won't escape from here so easily and can't fathom what the kidnapper truly wants. He demands $1 million from Ryan's savings. Ryan is shocked because he doesn't have that kind of money, but the kidnapper won't accept excuses and says Ryan has 2 hours to transfer the million to his account. Every 5 minutes, the kidnapper will increase the room's temperature by 3 degrees, so in 2 hours, Ryan will boil if he doesn't pay. Ryan assures the kidnapper that he's just a regular broker and a family man, and he can't come up with $1 million in such a short time. His family already has a mortgage and plenty of debts. As proof, Ryan shows the kidnapper a photo of his wife and son. However, the perpetrator already knows all the details about Ryan's family.
We know everything about you, Mr. Hinds. We know more than you think.
Ryan starts feeling uneasy due to the threats. It appears he might indeed have something to hide. Ryan promises to give the kidnapper all the money he has on his card. However, it's clearly less than $1 million, so the kidnapper has no intention of letting him go. That's when Ryan calls his brother, John. John works as a police officer and is surprised by Ryan's call since they hadn't spoken for a year and a half. Ryan gets straight to the point and informs John that he's been kidnapped. John promises to track Ryan's location through his phone as quickly as possible and send a patrol there. Ryan finds hope in the prospect of rescue. The kidnapper addresses Ryan once more. He knows that Ryan called his cop brother but advises against relying on the police for help. Terrified, Ryan offers the kidnapper a pair of watches his father gave him, valued at $10,000. However, the kidnapper has no interest in the watches and forces Ryan to smash them. Afterward, Ryan calls his wife, Anna. He doesn't tell her about the kidnapping, only asking her to transfer all the money she inherited to the kidnapper's account without asking too many questions. Anna is worried that Ryan has gotten involved in gambling, but reluctantly transfers the money. Next, Ryan calls his mother. She scolds her son for only getting in touch when he needs something and not worrying about his sick father. Ryan gets upset because he sends money to his parents every month. He asks his mother to send him all their savings without an explanation. His mother resists, and Ryan loses his temper. The woman hangs up. Ryan calls back and apologizes for his rudeness. After that, his mother transfers the money. Some time passes, and the temperature in the chamber becomes unbearably hot. Ryan finds it harder to breathe. Then, John calls him. He assures his brother that there's no need to look for more money, as Ryan will soon get free.
Forget about the money, we're right outside.
The signal from Ryan's phone led the police to a warehouse. The captive can't believe his luck. John asks Ryan not to anger the kidnapper and to wait for rescue. Suddenly, it turns out that the phone signal was false, leading to an empty warehouse. In reality, Ryan could be anywhere, but that's not the worst part. In the empty warehouse, the kidnapper left a note with the words, "I have them." This means that the culprit has taken someone close to Ryan. Ryan is horrified by this news. He calls his wife, Anna, and learns that she's hiding in the kitchen from the burglars who broke into their home. Anna says they also want to kidnap her and hangs up. Ryan panics, and hot water starts pouring from the ceiling of his chamber. He shields himself with a chair and begs for mercy. The kidnapper says that he is Anna, but he promises to release both her and Ryan once he gets the million. Ryan works with wealthy people and can squeeze the required sum out of them. He needs to gather another $900,000. Ryan turns on his broker charm and calls his first client. On the spot, he invents a miracle hair loss remedy in urgent need of funding. The client falls for the lie and sends Ryan the money. But he needs more. Ryan's condition worsens as the kiln grows hotter. Still, he doesn't give up and continues calling wealthy clients. Many of them aren't ready to invest in a fake production right away. Ryan is devastated because the threat to his life becomes more apparent. Nervously, Ryan asks the kidnapper to reduce the heat a bit, as it's making it difficult for him to concentrate and communicate with clients. But the culprit remains relentless. Due to the intense heat, Ryan becomes dizzy and loses consciousness. He regains consciousness from John's phone call, who inquires about his brother's well-being.
I'm getting roasted like a fucking pig, John. How do you think I am?
John hopes to rescue Ryan soon, as he managed to pinpoint the phone signal more accurately. Meanwhile, Ryan tries to remember the moment of his abduction. It was done by a person in a black mask right in Ryan's car. He doesn't remember anything more. But why did the kidnapper choose him? As Ryan continues to boil in his dreadful chamber, he realizes he won't have enough time to gather $1 million. Suddenly, one of the skeptical clients calls him back. He's changed his mind and is willing to transfer his money right away. Along with this sum, Ryan's account now has just over $1 million. He transfers all this money to the kidnapper's account and asks to turn off the heater. However, the kidnapper says that Ryan didn't play by the rules, as his task was to transfer his own $1 million. Since Ryan tricked others into giving him the money, his torment will continue. The kidnapper somehow knows that Ryan has a secret account with $4 million. And since Ryan didn't play by the rules, the culprit now demands an additional $4 million on top of it. It seems Ryan is not as simple as he seems, given his vast hidden wealth. Somehow, the kidnapper learned Ryan's account password and is determined to transfer the money to himself. Poor Ryan has no choice. The room temperature rises to 180 degrees, and Ryan, in his last moments of strength, calls the bank. After transferring the money, Ryan loses consciousness. Soon, the kidnapper turns off the heating and inexplicably places a small box in the room. Ryan sees all of this as if in a daze and can't move. Afterward, fans in the room start running. Ryan finally regains his senses and crawls under them to cool down a bit. The kidnapper contacts Ryan again. Despite his earlier promise, he still isn't ready to release Ryan. Instead, he offers Ryan a drink of water left in the room and suggests they discuss something important. Through a slot in the door, the kidnapper slips a piece of paper into the room. It contains the names of Ryan's loved ones, including someone named Leslie. It seems Ryan didn't want anyone to know about this woman. Suddenly, Ryan's wife, Anna, calls him. She, too, has been locked in a heated metal room. Ryan tries to comfort his beloved, but the kidnapper intervenes in their conversation and forces Ryan to tell Anna a certain truth.
If you tell the truth, I let you both walk away into the sunset hand in hand.
To begin with, Ryan must reveal how many names he has. Tearfully, Ryan insists that Ryan Hinds is his only name. However, using the room's heating, the kidnapper forces Ryan to confess that he has dozens of names. Simultaneously, the culprit heats up Anna's room, and Ryan can't lie. He also confesses that he convinces people to invest their money in various schemes but actually just robs them. The kidnapper brings up Leslie's name again and asks Ryan to open the box in the corner of the room. Ryan, slowly and with a sinking feeling, crawls over to the box. Inside, he finds Leslie's finger with a wedding ring. Suddenly, Leslie herself gets in touch. She's also been kidnapped and is held in a heated room. Ryan has to admit that he has two wives, Anna and Leslie. Both women are shocked by this revelation. Ryan, with pain in his voice, says he never loved Leslie, only took her money. He regrets lying to everyone, the wealthy women, investors, and bankers. He confesses that he only truly loves Anna and values their family immensely. During this heartfelt confession, John calls Ryan. In 15 minutes, he and the rescue team will arrive to save Ryan. But Ryan doesn't care anymore. After everything he said, his life is shattered. He simply asks John for forgiveness for being a bad brother. After the conversation, Ryan finds a gun in the box. The kidnapper wants Ryan to hurt himself and then let Anna and Leslie go. Ryan holds the gun to himself, but it is not loaded. Ryan begins to cry hysterically. Suddenly the chamber door opens. Ryan comes into the room with a microphone and a remote control. Immediately John jumps out from around the corner with a gun in his hands. The policeman pretends that he has just arrived to free Ryan, but the guy understands that his brother would not have been able to get here in such a short time. So John was his kidnapper. Ryan is shocked by this discovery.
You're my brother, how could you do this?
John believes his actions were justified because he took money from Ryan that didn't belong to him. His anger towards Ryan escalated when his son passed away from cancer. It turns out he had asked Ryan for financial assistance, but Ryan ignored the request. However, Ryan had no idea that the money was needed for his nephew's treatment. Otherwise, he would have helped immediately. Angry and feeling betrayed, John sees the situation differently and blames Ryan for everything. 6 months ago, John accidentally visited Leslie's house in response to a call and saw wedding photos with Ryan. That's when he started digging deeper and discovered Ryan's financial schemes. This enraged John, and he decided to seek revenge for his son. It's also revealed that Ryan's colleague, Bruce, is safe. He merely played along with John to scare Ryan. Anna and Leslie are both alive and were co-conspirators in Ryan's abduction. The women have known about each other for a long time and only wanted acknowledgement from Ryan. But Anna knows that her husband truly loves her and is willing to forgive him. Jealous Leslie can't bear the truth and attacks Anna. Then she approaches the computer and tries to transfer all the money to her account, but it's all gone. It turns out Ryan had long figured out who his real kidnapper was.
You knew it was us from the very beginning.
Leslie starts to panic, and John gets rid of her. Ryan admits that he actually figured out their plan almost right away. It happened when Anna said on the phone that she had been kidnapped too, even though Ryan hadn't told her about his own kidnapping. Then the guy remembered the broken watch. John had always envied that his dad gave the watch to Ryan. And finally, he noticed that Leslie's finger was fake. Because of it, Ryan got suspicious and wired the money to John with a dispute. This means that they will be retraced back to his account. John won't get a cent. Realizing all, John suggests that the two of them should get out of here together and live on as if nothing happened. But Ryan has a different plan. He locks John in a heated kiln with the women. Then Ryan walks away from the warehouse with the feeling that there are no winners in this situation. What do you think? Did Ryan deserve such punishment for his lies? Or was the kidnapping plan an overkill? Share your opinion in the comments and don't forget to subscribe to our channel.